Good morning. Today we're going to start in standing. Bring your heart to heart, hands to heart center. And come to that breath as always. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. While we here, let's just reach our hands up and over our head for a minute. We'll do this again later, but I'm excited to move. So let's get moving. Feels good. Maybe stretch out your neck. Look side to side. Okay, keep breathing. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. We're going to talk today about 2 Nephi 3 and 4, and then tomorrow we're going to go into 5, which is one of my favorite chapters. It's a good one. So we'll do 3 and 4 today. Inhale. Hopefully your breath is kind of getting warm. Your lungs are nice and warm. From here, we're just going to bend straight down at the hips, coming into forward fold. So come on down, exhaling here. And when you're here, just take a couple breaths. Again, it's probably the first time you're moving your body, so feel free to bend your knees, rotate your knees. And keep breathing. In chapter 3, Nephi sees and prophesies of a lot of people that we hear about mostly in the Bible, but he prophesies of Joseph Smith, which is the Book of Mormon, obviously, and Moses, and Joseph from our famous Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat story from the Bible, right? And Moses, he's all famous and all. And basically, it talks about how much Nephi is a part of all these beautiful stories. Okay, from here, inhale, halfway lift. You can come onto your fingertips. You can come onto your shins. Just make sure that spine is nice and straight, and lengthen out energetically through that forehead. Just going straight out. Inhale and exhale, engaging that core. So at first, he talks about Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. Okay, now forward fold. So first talks about Joseph, and then, okay, now we're going to come all the way up and over. Bring your hands all the way up, reach up, gaze up, and just really find length in everything. Keep breathing. Inhale, just feel your body move for a minute. And on your next exhale, we're going to grab our right hand and grab your left wrist and just bring it to the side and feel that side body stretch. You can gaze up past your armpit or your arm, whatever feels comfortable. So then he talks a little bit about Moses and kind of likens himself and his father Lehi to these stories. Inhale, back up. Exhale, other side. And then he also talks a little bit about Joseph Smith and bringing about the gospel to our promised land here. Inhale up to center, and then exhale, just cactus your hands. This is called cactusing your hands because we look like a cactus. And just take a little baby back bend here. You don't want to go crazy. You definitely want to engage that core. And for you mamas who might have some ab gap or diastasis recti, let's not go too far. Back bends are not very good for that. So engage that core and feel that core. And wherever your limit is, don't push it. Especially just waking up our body. Back bends are not a very good pose to just go crazy on. You want to really warm up that spine. Inhale up to center and exhale, forward fold. Swan dive back down to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift, straighten that spine. And exhale, forward fold. From here, do you guys remember our vinyasa that we talked about last week? We're going to take that. We're going to do that. So your feet are going to come back into high plank. Chaturanga Dandasana, our tricep push-up. Elbows stay in close to the body. And inhale, upward facing dog. Your knees and hips can be on the ground. Reach up, gaze up. And exhale, engage the core, lifting those hips high, just mainly by those core muscles. And breathe here. We're going to do a little bit of a flow today, kind of get some more movement. Yesterday was a little bit of a slower video, so let's get our bodies moving a little bit more than yesterday's today. Yeah, and so basically he talks about and the coming forth of the Book of Mormon. So all of these visions and people that he's seen and knows, and kind of sharing their stories and how they relate to Nephi. Okay, we're going to do that same flow a couple of times. So inhale, on your inhale, lift your knees, look at your hands. Exhale, step your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. I was about to just go all the way up. I'm in the mood to just move today, apparently. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. I'm going to face you guys. And come all the way up. Inhale up here. And exhale, take a side bend. So then let's just go into chapter 4. Inhale, center. Exhale, other side. Inhale, center. Take a little baby back bend. Opening your chest. This is a really good heart opener, which is a series of poses where your heart is just open and you get to feel more than you usually do in these poses because your heart is just exposed, and sometimes the emotions come up or things come up. So notice that. Just notice and feel and be aware of your body. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, come down to your mat. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Okay, chapter 4. But behold, my sons and my daughters, I cannot go down. This is Lehi talking. I cannot go down to my grave, save I should leave a blessing upon you. I know that you're brought up in the way you should go, and you should not depart from it. I know you're brought up from the gospel. Please don't leave that. I love my family dearly, and he knows that he's basically on his last leg. Okay, from here, plant your palms, bring your feet back, high plank. Take a vinyasa, chaturanga dandasana on our exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, lifting those hips, engaging that core, and breathe here for a minute. So he knows that he's on his last leg, which would be so hard for everyone involved, right? He's been such a big part of all of this. And then he dies in verse 12. And it came to pass that he died and was buried. And then Nephi all of a sudden has this role to become what his father was. He was kind of the first man down, right? I mean, he's the one his dad has basically just been like, okay, now you are over these people. Inhale, look at your hands, lift your heels. Exhale, bring your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale, come all the way up. And take your side bends while you do that. Side bends on each side, and take your little baby back bend with your breath. In verse 19 it says, when I desire to rejoice, my heart groaneth because of my sins. Nevertheless, I know in whom I have trusted. My God hath been my support. So he talks about how he kind of shows some vulnerability in this part of the scriptures. I, Nephi, was constrained to speak unto them according to his word. I have spoken so many things, and also to my father before his death, many of which are written upon the plates. And, you know, he just kind of pours out his heart in some authenticity and vulnerability here. And he's just so sad because his dad has died. And his soul is just hurting, and they still, you know, 21, he has filled me with his love, even unto the consuming of my flesh. And he just kind of opens up. He hath confounded my enemies unto the causing of them to quake before me. He hath heard my cry. So he just opens up in word. And then when you're ready, let's exhale, swan dive back to the ground. Forward fold here. And then, so then in verse 30 through 35, to the end of this chapter, it talks about, a lot of people call this Nephi's prayer or Nephi's song. Inhale, flatten that spine, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your palms, jump or step back into high plank, and take a vinyasa. Listen to your breath. Listen to your breath. Take a vinyasa on your time. And I'm going to read some of this Nephi's prayer. It starts out by saying, rejoice, O my heart, and cry unto the Lord. O Lord, I will praise thee forever. Yea, my soul will rejoice in thee, my God, and my rock and my salvation. Wilt thou redeem my soul? Wilt thou deliver me out of the hands of my enemies? Wilt thou make me that I may shake at the appearance of sin? And I won't read the whole thing, but it's beautiful. All of it is beautiful. And then he ends by saying, I know that God will give liberally to him that asketh. Yea, my God will give me, even if I ask not amiss. Therefore I will lift up my voice unto thee. I will cry unto thee, my God, the rock of my righteousness. Behold, my voice shall forever ascend up into thee, my rock and mine everlasting God. Amen. So you should be in downward facing dog. I'll come here with you. And just breathe here for a minute. He's in this moment that would be so hard. I can't even imagine losing my parents. And I know some of you have, and gosh, it'd be so hard. Okay, whenever you're ready, let's just come onto sitting. Let's just sit down for a minute. So he's in this place that's just hard. And the person he's going to is his Lord. And I really resonated with that because I thought for a moment, whenever I lose my parents, it will be so, so hard. And it would be so hard to kind of turn away from God in hard times like that. But of course, Nephi turns right to God, and and God can always be our strength, always. He knows exactly what we're going through. He knows our strengths. And he's the only one that really can resonate with everything that we're feeling and everything that we're going through. And he really can be our rock. I love that, the rock of my righteousness. His faith never leaves, never. Which is just such an example. Okay. Let's just sit here for a minute. I feel pretty nice and warm. What about you guys? Do you feel good?
So my takeaway for you today is to just think about how much the Lord, just notice how much the Lord is there through all of the hard times, through all of the good times, through all of the hard times. And how can we make him more of a rock of our righteousness in our personal lives? Bring your hands to heart center. Let your thumbs touch your chest and feel it rise and fall with every inhale and exhale. The light in me honors and loves the light within each one of you. Thank you for your beautiful practice today. I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.